Today I'm going to show you a CCTV camera from imou Ranger. This company do a wide range of CCTV cameras, and I am reviewing with you guys this particular model, which is a wide angle lens and it can tilt and pan. So motorized on the base here, so you can remote control where the camera is facing. You've got options of recording onto a external micro SD card, or if you pay a monthly subscription, you can actually record onto the cloud service that they provide. It's a 1080p Full HD camera with a night vision, so you should be able to see the image night and day. If you have been following my channel, I have checked out a few of these camera already, and much cheaper than the branded stuff out there, and lots of them have function where you can download an app and you can build it remotely. Some of them can even do push notification like this one here. So it can work as kind of a alarm system where if they detect movement, they can actually send you notification through your Wi-Fi and then onto the internet where you can pick it up on your phone. So I'm happy to test it out for you guys as well. Let's get started. So it comes in a compact box like this, bright color, and that's the image of the product right here. And let's open this and have a look. My first impression is the packaging is nice and it looks quite well presented. So that's the camera itself. Those are just packaging. A quick start guide, privacy protection notice. Obviously, a lot of this data will be going through your Wi-Fi to the internet. Just so you guys have a look at the product. So just do a little bit of that closer up here with a plastic protective film, which I'm going to take out right now. USB power port at the back here, reset button at the back here as well. Now the SD card slot usually go underneath the camera, but we can have a look in a minute. What else is in the box? Right at the bottom of the box, this is what it comes with. So because we're in the UK, it comes with a 3-pin plug and a mounting piece and a screw. So if you do want to mount it, so you mount the plate to where you want to, and then it kind of twists and click in place. That's nice. So this is the guide for installing your wall mount, so you know where to drill. And it's nice to see that it comes with a long USB cable. A lot of the other products that I have tested before, they come with a really short cable. And at the end, I have to make my own power cable or just makeshift long USB cable. But this one actually comes with a reasonable length cable right here. I mean, if it is going to be like a desktop camera like here, then it doesn't really matter what length cable you're going to have. But if you're going to mount it by the door and your socket is quite far away, so even this cable might not be enough. But you can always get a USB extension cable. Okay, so like I said, like most of the rest of the current CCTV camera on the market, the micro SD card slot is actually right at the bottom of the lens, and this is where you plug in the card, which we're going to test out the function in a minute. Make sure it's closed properly. There we go. Nice and compact. Okay, let's give it a try. I'm going to go through with you guys step by step on how to set up the camera. So first of all, the camera will need power. So this is what we're going to do. Let's plug in the 3-pin plug to power supply. And then power on the camera. Okay, so the LED now is on red, so there is power to the camera. Okay, so while the camera do its thing, I'm going to download the app onto my iPad. So for those that are first time looking at a video like this, so basically what the camera now is doing is they will rotate to the maximum angle to find out where the camera is and then default back into the front. And then it will go into a mode which is ready to pair. Now we can't pair it yet because we need to download the software onto our device. Now I am going to use my iPad. I usually use my phone. I think the iPad will be easier to show you guys on the camera because it's got a bigger screen. So I got my QR code scanner. And on the side of the box, right here in the corner, so that is where the QR code. So it will save me from having to go to App Store and find out where the app. So this one should bring me to okay, so open browser. Download for Apple, open in App Store, open. So nowadays the manufacturer make it very easy, so you don't really have to do keyword search and stuff like that. You scan the QR code and it should bring you automatically here, or you search for the name and then download it that way. Install my password ID. Okay, so now we have downloaded the app, and we're going to open the app. Would like to send you notification? Yes, allowed, because I'm going to use it as a CCTV location. I'm going to allow that as well. So first time use, then you might have to sign up. So this is the first time I'm using this company, so I will have to create an account. So I'm going to enter my email. Just now I saw a logo where you can log in via Facebook, so that might be an option if you don't like creating accounts with. Okay, so it asks for verification, so I guess they send me an email. Let's check the email on my phone. Okay, so I got an imou registration and key in the verification number. So 9. Press OK. So that should be the registration part kind of completed. And still in the login screen, so here we go. So device, no device, temporary. Please click plus in the upper right corner and add device, I guess. Just follow the instruction. So press the plus button. Would you like to access your camera? Okay, press OK. Please scan the QR code on the device. Okay, so now there is a QR code on the bottom of this camera right here. Can you see that? So what we're going to do is we're going to line it up. Please connect power cable to the device, which we've done that already. So we go to the next step. Please enter the Wi-Fi password here. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Okay, and next thing here, please confirm that device green light is flashing slowly. So the front LED right here, and I can confirm that it is flashing green. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next level. So next, turn up the volume of the phone. So this is the part where they try to communicate to the camera. I think we run into a problem where the iPad connects to my network through a high frequency 5 GHz, where the camera can only connect through 2. At the moment this is connected via 5, so it's sending the information to the camera to connect to the network using the 5, which is not supported. So somehow I need to try and downgrade the speed of the iPad to 2.5 GHz or 2 GHz. Right, so I am in my loft, which is 2 floors away from my router, and this is attempt God knows how many, and hopefully we can connect the camera to my network. Now partly it's not because of the camera, but this is most likely because there is a couple of reasons for this, which I'm going to tell you in a minute. But let's get the step started. Okay, so define password, just gonna make up anything. Okay, so this is the basic screen. I'm going to enlarge it for you guys. So now the camera is online, and you can kind of control it through the app. So this is joystick here, so you can move the camera. Oh, don't want to go that way. Okay, so the reason why I'm in my loft to set this up is because I have no option to control my router in terms of what frequency it's going to use. So it has 2.4 and it also have 5 gigahertz. Now 5 gigahertz is a much faster connection, but this camera doesn't attach to it. And the 2.4 gigahertz can penetrate walls and go a lot further. And that's why a lot of these cameras are designed for. Now I can't change my router to separate those two channels. And whatever device that I try to use to set up the camera, will always choose 5 gigahertz to connect over because it's faster. The only way to work around that is to take your device and your camera far away from the router, preferably maybe separated by a couple of walls. In that sense, the 5 gigahertz signal will be so low that your device will not choose to use it. For example, right now my iPad is running on 2.4 gigahertz because of the distance from the router. Now, when the iPad is connected with the 2.4 gigahertz, then when you set up the camera will choose the 2.4 from the tablet. And this is one way to fool the system to accept your camera. There's another way to do it, which is by pressing the WP something button at the back of the camera. So just like pairing other devices, you got options of putting in your password or just press the synchronizing button. So I tried that with this camera as well, which press the button, the reset button, less than like a second, and then go to your router and press the sync button. In that case, you can connect this camera to your router as well. Now, if you have options over your router to disable 5 gigahertz frequency, you can also do that. You can actually cancel the 5 gigahertz spectrum, set up the camera, and then you can go back and activate it again. Anyway, so that's how you do it, and that's why I'm in my bedroom. Back to the normal video. So I'm back on my desktop. As you can see, now the camera is connected and my iPad is back onto the 5 gigahertz channel. So the workaround to set up the camera with 2.4, that you have to go out of the house into the garden or disable part of the 5 gigahertz spectrum. You only need to do that once. Once you've done that and it's set up, you can put everything back to normal and it will connect as per usual. Now, a couple of simple functions from the main screen here. Of course, you can take a picture. You can have a two-way audio, so you can actually speak to the camera remotely. Of course, there will be feedback because we are too close to the camera right now, and you can also record video onto your device. Now, after that, you can actually have set up a few other settings like arm, motion detection, cloud storage. You do have to pay a monthly fee if you want to use the cloud storage. So basically, store the information on the server. The SD card go actually into the camera. Let me move it up. And the slot is actually kind of in the belly of the camera. And I'm going to try and put a card in there. Here I'm just testing the camera function, looking into the lens at the moment, and I'm just relying on motion detection to make sure that it's actually filming. So I'm not controlling, and I'm not actually seeing if I'm being recorded or not. So this is the image straight from the SD card. And this is testing the night function. Obviously I still have some lights from my monitor, but this is in the dark. This is the room, my monitor, and back to myself. I don't know if it is recording or not because I have no idea.